The afternoon sun hung quietly over the dusty village road as Joel walked home from school. His shoulders were tired from the long day, and the strap of his school bag cut into his skin. But he did not mind the exhaustion. Joel loved learning. His parents had always told him education was the key that could unlock the world. His mother would always smile when he left for school. "Study hard, Joel," she would say. "One day you will become someone great." His father would add with a laugh, "And remember, greatness begins with discipline." Joel carried those words with pride. That day, however, something felt strange even before he reached home. As he approached the narrow road that led to their compound, he noticed people gathered in large numbers. Men, women, elders, and even children stood around his house. Their faces looked heavy, confused, and silent. Joel slowed his steps. His heart began to beat faster. "Why are so many people at my house?" he wondered. As he moved closer, he began hearing sounds, cries, shouts, women wailing loudly. Fear gripped his chest. Joel pushed through the crowd. The villagers made space for him, but none of them spoke. Their eyes carried something Joel could not understand. At the center of the compound, two bodies lay on the ground, covered partially with cloth. Joel frowned. The clothes looked familiar. He stepped closer, closer. Then he asked quietly, "Why is my mum and dad lying down there?" Silence swallowed the entire compound. Joel walked slowly toward the bodies. When the cloth shifted slightly, he saw the clothes clearly. His mother's blue wrapper, his father's brown shirt. His heart stopped. "No," he rushed forward. Then he saw their faces, cold, still, lifeless. Joel screamed. The cry exploded from his chest like thunder. Birds burst out of the nearby trees in panic. The sound echoed across the valley, reaching neighboring villages. Even those far away stopped what they were doing, because the cry carried a pain deeper than words. In less than 10 hours, Joel had become an orphan. The village elders gathered that evening to discuss what had happened, but no one knew the cause. There were no wounds, no signs of struggle, no sickness. It was a mystery that confused everyone. Joel sat quietly near the wall of the house. His eyes were swollen from crying. His world had collapsed in a single day. He remembered the morning before school. His mother had cooked breakfast. His father had joked about the weather. Everything had been normal. Now everything was gone. One of the elders approached him gently. "Joel," the old man said softly, "life sometimes brings trials we cannot understand." Joel nodded slowly, but inside his heart something else was forming. A burning determination. That night, Joel stepped outside alone and stared at the stars. The wind moved through the trees like whispers. "I will not remain weak," he said quietly. His fists tightened. "I will become the best in the world." He did not know in what field. He did not know how, but he made himself a promise. "I will discover the truth about my parents, and I will become great." That night, a broken boy made a vow. After the burial ceremonies were completed, the house became painfully quiet. Joel now lived alone. The chairs where his parents once sat remained empty. The laughter that once filled the home had disappeared. But life did not stop. School fees were still required. Food still needed to be bought. Joel realized something difficult. If he wanted to continue his education, he would have to work. This had never happened before. His parents had always provided everything. Now he had only one thing left: the land his father owned. Large pieces of farmland stretched behind their compound. Many villagers advised him to sell it. "Sell the land and use the money for school," they said. But Joel shook his head. "My father worked hard for this land," he replied. "I will not sell it." Instead, Joel walked across the fields and studied them carefully. The soil was rich. The land was wide. It held possibility. Joel realized something. If I use the land wisely, it can pay for my school. The challenge was deciding what to grow. Joel began visiting the village market every day after school. He watched the traders carefully. He observed prices. Tomatoes changed price often. Yams rose and fell depending on the season. Cassava fluctuated constantly. But one fruit caught his attention. Apples, no matter the day. Apples sold quickly. And the price barely changed. Joel began asking questions. Why do apples sell so consistently? Traders explained that apples were always in demand. People used them for food, juice, medicine, celebrations, and traders from cities bought them in large quantities. Joel's mind began working quickly. If apples are always in demand, then apples could support my education. But Joel did not rush into farming. Instead, he began studying. He borrowed books from teachers. He asked experienced farmers questions. He learned about apple nurseries, seedling selection, soil preparation, transplanting, fertilizing, pest control, harvesting techniques. Joel studied late into the night. Sometimes he slept only a few hours. But he did not stop, because he wanted to be the best.